What is up, everybody? Guys, thank you for the love on the first episode. I appreciate it so much. I just want to thank you guys for the criticism from the people who gave me some and from the people I asked. I appreciate it, and hopefully, things get better. And over time, I will learn how to edit on because right now I just do all this through my phone. So eventually I'll learn how to edit and everything. But yeah, so I just hope that this isn't too loud. I'm not too close to the mic. I'm not holding the mic this time. Now it's just in front of me, chilling, and I'm just holding my phone. And then I got like a Bluetooth receiver, whatever. But yeah, thank you for so much love on the first one. Hopefully this one gets just as much love or even just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Today though we have a news story. It is Reddit no sleep story r/no sleep story. This is by user two strawberry for you. Um, and I glanced at the story due to the name of it, and then I thought it was pretty interesting and or intriguing. Interesting and intriguing, I guess, is the same thing, but it was both. And yeah, so let's get to it. This story is called There Was Something on My Porch Petting My Dog. Dude, it's crackhead Billy petting your dog, trying to feed him some methamphetamine or no, I shouldn't say that. No, he's just petting your dog, dude. Aggressively. Or like maybe it's just like some weirdo tripping on shrooms. I don't know. No, I hope this is really creepy. I'm looking forward to it. And I'm about to go to bed soon, so hopefully it gives me some nightmares. Um, I don't dream a lot, so but still, hopefully it scares me enough to give me nightmares. Anyways, there's something. There was something on my porch, petting my dog. I'll be the first to admit I'm not great at using this phone yet, but I'm learning to be better. I hope this reads well, and please forgive my mistakes. I'm still a bit shaken up, to be honest. Recently, me and my dog Peanut moved to a rather quaint house near the edge of the woods. What does quaint mean? I know we just started into this, and I'm already getting into it, and you're already like, Ethan, you need to stop, brother. My vocabulary ain't that great. Okay, I'm I've read, but like I'm not out here studying the dictionary. You know what I'm saying? But we are now. We're gonna slowly develop our vocabulary so everybody who has a vocabulary like mine, it's not that great, and it's not even that bad to have a not so great vocabulary because you can only go up, you can only learn. You know what I'm saying? So if you really think about it, you just always have a learning opportunity, and this is one of them. Congratulations. Let's get into it. Quaint. The definition is attractively unusual or old-fashioned. Ah, okay. Old-fashioned neighborhood. All right, all right. I'm digging it. Near the edge of the woods though is kind of crazy. Anyways, it's a fixer-upper, but I used to live somewhere worse, so I welcome the change. That's yeah, okay, that's fair. It's a rather rustic log cabin, one bedroom and one bathroom, but plenty of space just me and my dog. For just me and my dog. Heck yeah, brother. While the inside is small, the porch is perfect. A long rocking chair. I'm gonna move back from the mic. I'm getting a little excited. A lone rocking chair that looks into the forest. A old but welcoming wood carved fence that runs around every bit but the opening to the stairs. But the opening to the stairs. Next to the rocking chair is a little worn but fluffy bed. Normally, a random toy will be discarded around it depending on the time of day. Peanut loves her toys. She's a small dog, scruffy, cute, the kind of dog you can't exactly tell what she is beyond mutt, but I mean that with love. She's the kind of dog who greets everyone happily, happily no matter if she just met them, no matter what they look like. I remember when I first met her, I was nervous. She was the first dog I've ever gotten close to, but she greeted me with open arms, kinder than anyone I've met in my life. It's very sweet, but that's not a dog I would take to the woods in an old neighborhood. I don't know. Near the edge of the woods, old, quaint, in a quaint, not old fashioned. Sorry, folks. Sorry, folks. In a quaint neighborhood, and that is quaint. If you want to learn, if you don't know how to spell quaint, I'm just learning how to spell it myself. It's Q. Oh snap, I forgot. Here it is. Quaint. Quaint. All right. It's very sweet, but I take like a big dog. You know what I'm saying? Like something, but I got a little scruff to it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this one got a scruff to it, but it's cute. I gotta get something that's gonna scare something off in the woods, like a bear or a Wendigo or something. I don't know. All right, back to the story. Anyways, I keep sidetracking. I'm excited. She's been settling in well. Of course, I've been keeping an eye on her, making sure she's not snatched up by coyotes when she's outside. Exactly my point. You got a big dog, you don't have to worry about that. But let me stop. It's a good story though. I'm excited to see if the dog is like gonna come in clutch with something like. So you never know. You never know. What you ever seen that one movie a secret pet's life, a pet's secret life, something like that. They be doing all types of things when we ain't at home. So you never know what they be doing. Uh, I'm sure most pet owners will say this, but she really is the best dog. I really wish I could spend more time with her. I've been trying, but I'm sure you know how busy life can be. Today was a rather cold, late winter night. Not even the mosquitoes bothered to be out right now. Are you an Iceland dog? Or Greenland? Is that Greenland or Iceland? It's one of those. As much as I like walking in the woods, I don't often take Peanut with me, especially at night. While I do trust her, it rather not have, or while I do trust her, is I'd rather not have to sprint after her in the dark, too far from home if anything or something goes wrong. I was just returning home, the warm glow of the porch light. I was just returning home, the warm glow of the porch light. Okay. Normally, Peanut is on. Sorry, that just kind of. I was just returning home, the warm glow of the porch light. I'm just trying to imagine it. Sorry. I'm like imagining like cold, like warm. Dang, it's gotta be that cold out there for the porch light to be that warm. Damn. You need some warm milk, not just milk. You need that. She needs some warm milk. God damn. All right. Normally Peanut is on behind the glass. Normally Peanut is on behind the glass of the sliding door. That's how it's written, folks. Normally Peanut is on behind the glass. Is on behind the glass. Normally Peanut is I don't know if it's just because I'm tired, but I had to I don't know. Anyways, ready to greet me. But this night, instead of seeing her happily wagging, I see something else. Voice cracker's crazy. A tall, lanky figure loomed, sitting on my porch, holding my peanut, petting her. No one touches my peanut. I can, I can see that the figure looked calm though. It's hard to tell with how hideous their face is. Damn. Eyes too small, teeth too oddly shaped, skin that sagged, oddly shaped teeth and eyes too small. Oh hell no. Despite the that's good description, low key. Cause I'm imagining like tiny like white eyes, right? Like a dark, so it's, you see like a dark figure, and you got the tiny white eyes, right? Where is it at? Where is it at? I just lost it. There it is. Teeth too oddly shaped, so like it's like crooked, like back of the boondocks. You know what I'm saying? Like crazy, like middle of nowhere, no health, no dental, no vision insurance. Don't even have a clinic in town type boondocks. You know what I'm saying? Like just messed up teeth. Maybe like you got like one little one that's just hanging out of your of the mouth. You know what I'm saying? All curved type. It's all like curved. They just got all different directions, throwing up gang signs. Skin that sag too is just weird. Cause then you got these like tiny eyes, right, in this darkness with the saggy skin, and then just a black dot, a white eye, black dot, eye. That's creepy. That's what I see in my head. That's creepy. Ooh. Despite the creature's disgusting appearance, Peanut seems all too happy in his lap, enjoying the pets she is given. I can't exactly explain my emotions as logical. The only emotion I felt was anger, blinding hot in my bones, baby. This ugly creature puts its hands on my dog, on my new porch. Bitch, I don't think so, motherfucker. Gonna touch my dog. Sorry, I got taken away. She just got me hyped up. I grab a nearby. Oh dang! I grab a nearby rake. The noise alerts the ugly figure. Its small eyes going wide, staring at me in fear, as if it knows it's intruding, that it's done something wrong. He gets up, Peanut getting off his lap as the creature backs up, looking as if they were gonna run. I understand next what I did next was rash, cruel even, but you might act this way too. If some creature was holding your dog at night, you best believe it. I'm pulling out that Glock and say, "Put the dog down! I swear I'm gonna shoot." Okay. Anyways, I don't regret my actions, even the slightest. I raised the rake of my head before stalking it down onto the body of the intruder. Stalking it down. Is that a way? Is that another way of saying? Is that another word for strike that I don't know about? Oh yeah, I guess you can. I didn't know that. Pursue or approach stealthily. So you harass or persecute with someone unwanted obsessive attention. That's the second version of stalk. Harass or persecute someone with unwanted and obsessive attention. So you harassed and persecuted this thing that didn't want your attention obsessively. Okay, cool. That's fine. I mean, I guess it's kind of valid. I mean, he's just touching your dog on the porch in the middle of the night. Uh, the rake pierced the flesh of their shoulder as they tried to flee, letting out a wail of pain. Blood oozing through the pierced flesh and down his body As I stalked closer, it tried to kick. Oh, okay, okay. As I stalked closer, it tried to kick me, scratch me, but I pulled the rake out. This time, swinging it up until the teeth of the rake impale its mouth as if I'm trying to correct those freakish teeth. Dang! Not only did you strike that, but you roasted it. Call it, call it a pig roast, baby. What's up? Um, The rake pulls away less cleanly than it did from the creature's shoulder. Soft-looking muscle and skin cling, clingled, clingled. 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 I swear I know. See, this is what clingled definition. This is why we got Google, and this is why we got clinged. There's clinged, not clingled. So maybe they meant clean. That's okay. We all make mistakes. It's okay. It's okay. Where was I at? So it was cleaned as I pulled it back, tearing away a chunk of flesh of the creature's mouth and jaw. The night air echoed with the sound of its gurgling. The beast struggling to make much noise with the gashing hole in its face. The creature's paws at the wood of the porch floor helplessly. The creature paws at the wood of the porch. I don't know why I can't read this properly. Hold on. I'm like having a stroke or something. My goodness. The night air, I'm going to retry this. The night air echoed with the sound of its gurgling, the beast struggling to make much noise with a gashing hole in its face. The creature paused at the wood of the porch floor helplessly, looking for something to defend itself or trying to crawl away, those small, disgusting eyes looking up at me wide but unconfused. But we both knew at this point I wasn't getting it away. Getting it away. Jeez. Letting it away. There were no warnings tonight. What made you go from 0 to 100 so quick though? Like why'd you like I understand you don't want him to touch your dog, but like you just grabbed a rake and like just started going ham and was like, there's no warnings tonight. Like what happened to you? Who broke you? Who hurt like why who hurt you, bro? Who hurt you? It's fine though. It's making a good story. It didn't take much longer before the wet wheezing to stop. The body below me finally going limp. The threat to my new home is gone. I could sleep a lot better tonight, knowing it didn't get away, and knowing it won't be coming back. As I drop the handle to the broken rake, a whimper sounds behind me. I look over my shoulder to see Peanut huddled in the corner of the porch fence. Her brown eyes scared, unsure as if she doesn't recognize me under all the gore. I smiled at her, I smiled at her crunching down, holding out my less bloody hand. It's okay, girl. It's all over. You're safe now. I try my best to assure her. I know dogs can't understand speech, but I can see she understands that it's all over. Whoever that whoever that the figure was is dead. Hold on. So it's a person? So you just randomly killed a person on your front porch and you're just gonna leave it there. Or is it a creature? You did say it was a creature, but now you're saying whoever that figure was, whoever I feel like makes it. Sorry, I hit the. My bad, I hit the thing. Whoever I feel like just made me feel like it was a person for some reason. I'm bugging. Sorry. I don't blame Peanut for any of this. Who can be mad at a dog so accepting to even love strange and hideous creatures? Who can be mad at a dog so accepting to even love strange and hideous creatures? Cautiously, my scruffy little pup comes over, sniffing my hand before her tail starts wagging again. Timidly, she moves her head into my hand for affection. A spread of warmth and relaxation run over my previously enraged body. After today's things won't be the same. I know that. The changes will be rough. But Peanut, again, is a rather adaptable dog. Even at my worst, she still loves me. I'm sure she will grow to love me more now that we have more time. In a week or two, she'll be back to normal and forget all about this. I'm pretty sure dogs have like I don't think they have like very good memory. They have like a full grown dog, I think has like a memory of a 3 year old. We're gonna have to look that up. Um how good is how good is the memory of a dog? Probably depends on the dog. Dogs have a good memory, including short term and long term memory. Oh, okay. They can remember people, places, and experiences. They can remember tricks and commands. I know they can learn tricks and commands, but I didn't think they can go deep as to like having like I don't know. I just thought they forgot stuff like that. I guess like things that they see for real, like events that they see around them. I feel like they don't really remember that for real. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they remember things that like you engrave in them, like tricks and stuff. I and experiences. I don't know. That's crazy. I didn't know that. I don't know. That's crazy. It says right there, folks. That's Google said it. That's insane. I didn't know that. Um, but it's not like she's gonna hold a grudge on you or anything. Getting rid of the creature's body is gonna be pretty simple. One of the perks of those pesky coyotes is it won't be long before the corpse is dragged off later tonight. Either way, I'll deal with it. Clean things up so Peanut doesn't get her paws dirty. I open my door to my little cabin, holding it wide for Peanut as I walk inside. She goes off to hide in her little crate, probably needing time to process what just happened. Or maybe just tired. My eyes linger on the wall, my lips turning up into a smile as I stare at a picture on the fireplace. Peanut sits happily, a ball in her mouth, looking only about a year old. And then it's not even like a year old. I don't think it's gonna remember this, bro. I think you're good. It's a pretty good picture. Oh, the picture is okay, okay. Taken and framed with care. It's a pretty good picture taken and framed with care. It's probably the only picture worth keeping on the mantle. I'll keep a few of the other pictures for a while. I'll probably need at least one to keep on hand. After all, it will take a while to look like the intruder who used to live here to sculpt my face into his, but I'm sure it will help Peanut feel less stressed about me. Why wouldn't a good pet owner do for the new pet? Yo, guys, my bad. The mic that I had, the first mic died, so that's my bad. But it literally ended as soon as I said the last word. It died as soon as I said the last word of the story, so that was perfect. Um, But actually, I saw that we only have about 24 minutes right now while I'm recording. And I don't actually mind doing another story. So this one's going to be a twofer. So luckily, we do have a couple options to come from. I did that one. Uh, Again, that one was by Two Strawberry For You. I think right now that's her only piece of work. Yeah, she said she's not really writing anything else. But yeah, sweet. I'm really excited to hear her feedback and or their feedback. And yeah, so let's see what story are we gonna do. I'm gonna pause this real quick. I'll be right back, folks. And we are back. Um, so I decided to go with this story called it's a r/no sleep story written by World Away Tweety. He or they, I don't know, have they write spooky screenplays, spooky stories and screenplays. So go check out their work. This story though is very interesting. Has and the last story didn't have too much dialogue, had like the one line. So this one has some more dialogue for you guys that like the dialogue, and yeah, hopefully this is better with the dialogue, and I can do better with it. The last story was good. Um, it was all right. Uh, the the spelling didn't bother me too much, but some of the sentences, I guess the ones like I like reread. I don't know if it was because I was having a seizure, but I don't know. It's fine. It was still a good story overall. Great plot twist at the end. It was great, great story. I have no complaints. Yeah, yeah. That's it. No complaints. Probably other than the punctuation. That's probably it. It's just the punctuation kind of, but that's just my OCD. It's fine. Other than that, great story. Anyways, this story is called. Actually, let me double check just to make sure that they didn't want something specific. Uh, yeah. Okay. Okay. Cool. Okay. I just want to make sure that they didn't ask me to. I just want to make sure that if they like asked me to shout out something specific that they were working on or anything, that I said it. All right. So, all right, but this let me start. This story is called "A Message Appeared on Every Screen in the World. Hide," in all caps. I'm just kidding. No, it is in all caps, but I don't know. I was just trying to be funny. All right, here we go. I stared with confusion at my phone. The rest of the gang were all in on this Monopoly game. I swear to God, if you get free parking, I will literally kill your stupid face, said Evelyn. Ravi rolled the dice in his hands. Okay, hold on. Pause. No Diddy. I don't know. I don't know how I want to do his voice. Come on, sweet baby Jesus. I just need a four. He dropped them onto the board. I guess it's like that. Fuck, he said, probably biffing it like always. He's a Chad. Robbie's a Chad. I don't know why. I tried to make sense of it. Just a word on my screen. Black text on an all white background. A rather classical looking font. Alright. I tapped rather impatiently on the expensive black rectangle. The text wouldn't disappear. AJ, Evelyn called, like a teacher busting a student. You're fucking addicted. Play board games like a normal human being. Normal human adult. Yeah, sorry. Uh, a few more I don't know why I had such a awkwardly hesitated long pause after I said sorry or at that line. A few more desperate finger pecks at the screen. Then I turned to holding the power button for an extended period with my free hand. I grabbed the dice, rolled a 3, landed on B&O Railroad after 2 seconds of thought. Nah, fuck railroads, I said. Fuck the railroads! Of course, we weren't animals. If someone didn't want to buy a property, that was fine. No auctions or any of that nonsense. House rules. That's how I play. I don't know how y'all play Monopoly, but like, if I land on a spot and I don't want to buy it, I just don't buy it. Usually I buy it. I don't know why they're not buying property because that's how you tax people to get more money. Is this guy dumb? Is he not? Does he not know how to play Monopoly? Why wouldn't you want railroads? Then if you get railroads, I mean, you really want the three like dark blue spaces, but we're not talking about Monopoly strategies here. All right, we're talking about this story. Let me get back to it. Sorry, I got sidetracked. Of course, we weren't animals. If someone didn't want to buy property, that was fine. No auctions or any of that nonsense. House rules. Back to the phone. Back to the phone as Hyro on my left took the cubes and prepared to drag the sorry little shoe across Go to collect just $200. A minute with the power button didn't do anything. We were entering factory reset territory. I contemplated borrowing Ravi's laptop to Google whatever the fuck this might have been. I felt the apartment rumble. I'll bet. I'll bet. Alright, bro. We're going back to Safari. You already know. We're hitting up that Google, baby. ALBEIT. Definition, baby. What's up? Definitions from Oxford Languages. It just means although. That's it. Like he was making progress, I'll bet rather slowly. How the fuck? How do you say that? How do you? Isn't there like a pronunciation? Somewhere pronunciation right here. Albeit, 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 albeit. I don't know. I've never heard that word before. That's crazy. That's some boozly. That's some high class vocabulary right there. It just means although. What's wrong with the word although? Anyways, although, anyways, just for a split second, as if we were on the edge of an earthquake, I tensed briefly. The background noise from the TV, No One Wants This, autoplaying on Netflix, disappeared. Following the faint sound of flicker of static, Ravi was the first to get up. I don't, he said slowly. He said slowly, talking as if not to jinx it. Sorry, I didn't know I had a brain fart right there. I don't think that was an earthquake. He examined the TV, confused at the outage. He checked the wires. Shouldn't be the breaker. I don't have that much stuff plugged in, do I? I grappled the with the bro. Why am I having such a spasm right now? I'm having like a brain seizure. Jeez. Okay, we're okay. I grappled with the sad, likely hacked state of my phone, and that weird word staring me down. Damn, that's fucking weird. I heard, that's Hyro bet. Damn, that's fucking weird. I heard Hyro say, half laughing. Head lifted. What? I had asked to catch Hyro. I asked to catch Hyro. I don't know why I can't read, bro. But I want this episode to be longer for y'all. Okay. Let me. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Let me. I'm gonna come right back. Give me a second. Give me a second. Okay, guys, I'm back. Sorry, I just needed to like recuperate, I guess. Okay, and yes, Hyro might be like super Hispanic. I'm sorry. Not sorry. I'm not sorry. Head lifted. What? I uh, I asked to catch Hyro, turning his phone to me His home screen, too, had been replaced by black text atop white hide. Evelyn had, as anti-technology as it comes, had probably clocked this reprieve. We got another word, folks. Oh shit, we got another word. We got. Let's see how you spell it. How do you spell it? R E P Review, cancel, or postpone the punishment of someone, especially someone condemned to death. Reprieve. Let's see how you pronunciation. Reprieve. Yeah, reprieve. Clock this reprieve as her time to quickly respond to outstanding text. The fuck? She said. What is this? At my confused look, bordering on scowl, resting scowl face, she flipped her phone around to show me the damage. It was the same on hers. Dang, so she had like a flip phone? Because if she's anti technology, then it's definitely got to be a flip phone. That's what I'm assuming. I grew a bit nervous. Robbie, where's your phone? I asked him. I'm sure it's somewhere, he said, still tinkering with the TV. Like, bro's worried about putting on Netflix. Bro, go check outside. Go look at something. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the situation. I mean, I guess he needed the TV for like news and stuff. Um, I'm sure it's somewhere, he said, still drinking with the TV. Yeah, yeah. Likely not due to any of his troubleshooting. It flashed back to life. Red power light at the base blinking steadily. A simple message now appeared on the big screen. Hi? Ravi asked, grabbing the remote and pressing buttons to switch back to Netflix, but nothing was registering. Dude, I said. He turned around. I showed him my phone. Hyro and Evelyn showed theirs. That's. He looked back at the TV, then us again. Wait, how is that possible? Is that an Amber Alert? Hyro asked. I don't know who's talking ahead of time, so I might mess up on that. That's my bad. That's my bad. I might have to. I don't know. I might have to figure that out. Um. Ooh. I mean, I guess but that's a push notification. This is like completely overtaking the screen. Robbie's brows furrowed on different hardware too. A hack? I asked. He shrugged. That's kind of a weird hack, no? Government experiment? Hiro asked. A thought came over me. I walked to the balcony, slid the door open, thank God, stepped out onto it, eye of surround the city from Robbie's 14th floor apartment. In the neighboring apartment towers, most of the units had blinds down, curtains closed. The few unshuttered, however, I felt like that guy from the rear window contained strangers staring perplexed at their phones, at their computers. The sides of bolted to the wall TVs, barely visible to me, displayed the same white background with the text atop it. What I was seeing, everyone else was seeing. The others joined me on the balcony. Whatever it is, it's at or whatever it is, it's at least hit it this block, I said. I just didn't know who was talking there, my bad. I looked down at the city streets, most of the people below caught in similar holding pattern of standing frozen heads, fixed onto their devices. I guess we don't have anything to call the cops with. I'm sure they're aware. maybe wait it out until they fix it. So, just in case anyone didn't know, that was Robbie asking the question, me saying that it was aware with the main character, and then Robbie saying it was going to fix it. Just in case. I nodded, and yet I could tell Evelyn has a, or was a bit perturbed. Perturbed. This is really testing my vocabulary right now. Perturbed is crazy. Perturbed. Where's that at? Turbed. Definition. Feeling anxiety or concern. Okay, so she's freaking out. Forcing magnetic thoughts to imbue her silence with weight. Thoughts? I asked her. I mean, should we do it? She asked. Do what? Ravi. Hide. Her again. Hide where? Ravi again. I don't know. Motherfucker, is Ravi? Is it your house? Whose crib are they at? It, it's if he's fixing the TV, it's got to be his house. So, don't you know where to hide at? I mean, we're already in my apartment. I'm sure that's good enough, right? Yeah, exactly. Yo, wouldn't you know where to like a better place to hide in your crib? Anyways, I pause. Let's not lose our heads. Ravi continued. This is nuts, but it's not. I mean, it's not like literally hide, right? Hyrule clicked his fingers. What if it's viral marketing, like for a movie? Hyrule with the necessary but unintentional levity. Hacking our phones so we can't use them. I don't know if that's in line with its purview, man. I said. Then head turned to Evelyn, but hi? The flicker in her eyes more than meant that she sided with the light bulb in her head. So she's already been like decided. So she returned to the inside and got to exploring Ravi's apartment carefully. What are you doing? Ravi asked, trailing Hyrule and I followed. I don't care if I look stupid. It could be a warning. Maybe something is happening, she said. We're in a box, basically, basically, said Ravi. We're fine, Ev. But the fucking thing, she mentioned to the TV, then to her own phone, says hide. Maybe it's that literal. She continued scouting, finally settling on the sliding closet in Ravi's room, the best she could come up with in his 600 square foot quarters. I'll be, I'll do here, I'll do here unless you think there's better. Evelyn, Ravi stressed. She shuffled in, past hung garments, scooching to the end to make space. I'm gonna close the door soon, and if you're all really my friends, you'll join me. Awkward silence until Hiro chimed first. I mean, guess it's good to be safe, right? He went for it, second guessed for a second, then committed to entering. You guys get the luxury of laughing at me forever if I'm dumb. Win win. She called Hiro. She called while Hiro, wedged in beside her. A compelling argument, certainly. Begrudgingly, I followed. Tucking in under Ravi's dress clothes, there was still room for him inside his own closet. Fucking hell, he caved, joining Lash, sliding the door closed to introduce darkness. I went back to my phone. Still that classical font, still that mandate. How long do we have to stay in here? Ravi asked. 5 minutes. Yeesh. he tagged. And then we sat in stillness for a while. Distant tick, tick, ticks of the clock in the living room bringing down the bond. Blood. Oh my goodness. Bond, blood. How? How did I mess that up? Distant tick, tick, ticks of the clock in the living room, bringing down the blood pressure a tad. It all felt silly. Kind of fun. Remember when we were camping at Sunlight Groves? Hiro asked. Glamping? Robbie clarified. Or glamping, Robbie clarified. Ev thought she saw a bear. Ev thought, hey, no, it's Hyrule. I really gotta get that figured out. Ev thought she saw, that's the wrong voice, too. I'm tired. All right, it's my bedtime. I'm about to go to bed here in a second. As soon as I'm done reading the story, I'm going to bed. I'm gonna read the story, post, and go to bed. Just gotta keep pushing through. I'm almost there. I'm almost there. You guys can laugh at me while I mess this shit up. And if you want me to redo it, I'll redo this story at a full night's rest, full day's rest because I work. I work thirds, so I sleep during the day, work at night. So, anyways, glamping. Ravi clarified. Ev thought she saw a bear. Hiro laughed. Ev thought she saw a bear, dude. What a silly goose. Oh, bear and its cub. It was dark and it fucking looked like bears, she said, half laughing herself. I heard noises too. Bears at Sunlight Groves, he said. Saddest patch of trees in America. And he went country. He was like Mexican country for a second. Gosh, shut up. We're here, so let's commit to the bit before the conjuring doll gets us, said Robbie, surprisingly not literally. We kept our traps zipped for another minute. Eyes on my phone again. Hide. Nonsensical. All of it really, but in a way was starting to sit more and more uncomfortably for me. What do you think it is? Ira whispered. I shook my head. Evelyn with a light shrug, Ravi with a deep inhale before speaking. I mean, obviously sophisticated, he said, voice low. Like, yeah, obviously something. I waved my phone. My bank is on this. It's bricked now, basically. I'm fucked. They'll figure something out, said Ravi. Powerful knocks at his apartment door all of a sudden. Thundering. Hey! A voice called, muffling through the walls. Ravi, you there? Evelyn braced. Who is that? A skinwalker, obviously, Ravi replied Ravi. Kidding. My name is Monica. Evelyn reached across me and Harold to tug at Ravi's sleeve. Are you positive? Yeah, yes, and I should probably get it. You said 5 minutes, she said. Yeah, but I'm getting a pretty trash neighbor right now, he replied. I'm being a pretty trash neighbor right now, he replied. The knocking persisted, so did the words. I have this weird thing on my phone. Brad has it too. It says hide. TV, same thing. Computer, same thing. I don't know how to reach anyone or what to do. The neighbor trot on. Rafi blew air out of his nose. Like, sighed. Alright, this is stupid. I'm gonna. No! Said Evelyn. But then all of a sudden, he stopped. We all stopped. I felt something. Something very, very real. No knocking anymore. Or at least, I couldn't hear anything. Not the tick of the clock. nor the soft rustle of us against clothing. It was like the world was holding its breath, like there was a presence right outside the closet. Then the sting of the sting of static in my ear before it passed. Whatever it was, the feeling dissipated. Sorry, my ears are getting. I'm forgetting to blink while I'm reading, so my ears, or no, my ears, my eyes are getting watery, and my ears are getting watery. I got my bonnet on. How you know I'm ready for bed? Um, the sting of static in my ear before it passed. Whatever it was, the feeling dissipated. The sound returned, and I sneaked a glance at my phone. The word hide was gone, and replacing it was my home screen. The silence between the four of us was uncomfortable. Did you feel that? Evelyn whispered. Evelyn finally whispered. No one said anything. Ravi outstretched his arm yet again to slide the door open, but his hands were shaking. You can do it, I whispered. I think I think we're good. He steeled himself, looking very much like he was crossing some sort of internal threshold. He pulled the door aside, revealing his room exactly as we'd left it. We took it in. I'm gonna answer Monica, he said, with not a whole lot of vigor to his voice, or vigor or vigor to his voice. Getting up and creeping out of the room, the rest of us followed. Stopping in the living room while he continued to the door, I went to Twitter, searched hide, and sorted by new. Evelyn, meanwhile, grabbed the remote from the stand and turned the TV, now hideless and hideless, on and maneuvered through the Roku channels. Wait, what? Turned the TV, now hideless. Oh, okay, got you. Hideless, on and maneuvered through the Roku channels. What are you looking for? Io asked. Just like a live channel, I guess, she replied. The news? My scrolling wasn't yielding anything of help or insight, though it was clear via the confused posts from seemingly around the whole world that the scope of whatever happened was global. My focus shifted to Ravi, who was standing on the welcome mat, eye pressed against the door's people. He hadn't moved in quite some time. Everything all right, man? He didn't reply. Just stood there, frozen. I approached slowly. Jeez, jeez. I heard him croak. I reached him, patting him on the shoulders, and urging him to detach from the door viewer. He finally did, leaning against the wall at first before slowly sliding to a seat on the floor. I peered into the hallway through the hole. Outside, his neighbor, the one knocking, looked like she'd been skewered, decimated. An explosion of blood in the hallway. What? I felt a buzz on my phone. I pulled it out again. I pulled it out again. Before I could even process, I heard Ravi and Evelyn react. There's another one. It says again now. I turned to the foreboding word on the TV. Fuck. So we should hide again? So we should hide again? Hyro called. Much like Ravi, I was shell shocked. AJ, what do you think we should do? He repeated. Evelyn, I said, trying to force the words out of my mouth. You had a good instinct the first time. What what do you think we should do? What do you think? How much time do you think we have? She asked. How much time passed between the first between when I first saw the word hide and when we felt that presence in the closet. It might have been 10 minutes. I heard Ravi mutter, almost lifeless. I heard Ravi mutter, almost lifeless. Sorry. I had a spasm again. Almost there. Got to power through. Almost done. I think. Hopefully. I don't think so. uh, uh, I don't. Then Emily interrupted herself. Wait, what did you guys just see outside? What did you see outside? Wait, what did you see out? What do you just see outside? She started approaching the door. I stopped her. I don't think it'll be good for you to see it. Are you serious? She responded. Yes, I said immediately, realizing that lying might have been smarter. We can't we can't assume we have the same amount of time, Robbie added. I went with my pitch. Do we try the same spot? Hyro started pacing, thinking, tapping with his foot. It's if we think about it, it said hide. And we hid. Now it says again. Obviously that means that whatever happened is gonna happen again. It's gonna yeah, that's sorry, I read that wrong. It says it's gonna happen again. He gave us a look as if he could see in our drained expressions what was waiting on the other side of the door. That's a great recap, man. I said, what I mean, he said, struggling, is that when you play as a kid, if you kept picking the same spot over and over, eventually it catch up to you. Are we are we really trying to apply some sort of logic to this? Ravi mumbled. Evelyn fortified herself. I think he's right. It's nuts, but I can't believe I'm saying this. But we need to operate on gut. And gut tells me we pick better spots this time. But spots makes it sound like we should split up. But spots makes it sound like we should split up, I said, looking around, slowly realizing that the limited real estate we had to work with meant this suggestion made more sense than I would have liked. I turned to Ravi. Where should we all go? He shook his head, palm to his forehead a few times, as if to slap himself back to reality. We do. He started thinking. Two under my bed. He grimaced, letting neurons collide in his mind. One of us in the utility closet, the other laundry closet. He got up and pointed. One of the closets was right behind me, life in him again. Now! My eyes flitted to Hyro and Evelyn, who ran into the bedroom. Ravi gave me a nod before entering the laundry closet and awkwardly squeezing in with the washer and dryer using his door, or closing his door. I entered the utility closet and enclosed mine. Rather, I tried to. The door wasn't clicking shut. Fuck! I said, Ravi, the door's not. But then I fought the urge to say anything more. If time was up, I'd compromise my spot. Hell, compromise his spot too if I kept talking. I tried a few more times to get it to close. Then I committed, terrified out of my mind, to gripping the handle and holding the door shut. I tried to keep my shaking hand and my quickening breath in check as the silence overtook again. Complete silence. And then that presence, I felt a light tug at the door. I kept my hold firm, but didn't try to overpower, didn't want to completely give it away. And again, It stopped. Feeling disappeared, and I waited 15 seconds before sneaking a look at my phone to see what it said. Again, the warning was gone. Dang, bro, that's scary, bro. Something was right there, trying to tickle his toes and snatch him up and make him explode and kill him. And he would have like just exploded right there. That's crazy. He got lucky right there. I don't think they're gonna get that lucky again though. The feeling disappeared, and I waited 15 seconds before sneaking a look at my phone to see that the again warning was gone. I heard the sound of Robbie's door swing open first. I followed with mine. He was emotional. I forgot. That door is fucked. I got scared, man. I was. You're all good. It's alright. I know I kind of fucked up the voice right there. I know. I even heard for you calling for me, and I didn't. I panicked. And I thought it. We're alive, man. It's all right. We're. And immediately I remembered it wasn't just us. Evelyn and Hyro. Right, he said. We rushed to his bedroom. Nothing at first. The two hadn't emerged yet. For a moment, the horrifying we thought that we'd be pulling their corpses out from under the bed rushed past me. Guys, I said, coast is clear, quick. Silence for quite some time before they finally shuffled out in one piece alive. That's weird. As they shifted from crawl to bend to standing, I went to hold them, hold everyone, just for a second. I felt newfound appreciation for life and their faces and personalities. Another buzz on my phone. I took a look. Break time. That's what it said on the phone. I let out a sigh of relief and showed the message to the others. I guess that's good. I guess that's good, Evelyn said. A second to catch our breath after this fucking craziness. But then what? Ravi asked. This is just gonna continue? We walked into the living room together nervously. We we haven't even gotten a single second to wrap our heads around this. Evelyn, again. Something in me didn't seem right. It I didn't feel good. Hey, hey Ev, how do you know that we should have stayed in the closet for 5 minutes? Haro asked, somewhat pointedly. I clocked minor annoyance in her face at the question. I didn't know. I didn't know anything. It was a guess. But I mean, yeah, you guys were fucking lucky I was there and pushed for it because, fuck, you were all being stubborn. Haro wore a strange expression as he looked at her. Alright. So, bro's suspicious. But, like, how is she gonna pull that off? She's just gonna, like, I don't understand. Like, bro was with her the whole time. So, I don't understand. Why is he suspicious of her? Sounds like you want to say something more, she said. Why would I? What makes you think I'd. Ravi interrupted Haro by stepping between the two of them. Holy hell, keep your heads on, people. But as he said it, and maybe it was just an aberration in my mind, but I couldn't help but feel something significant stir within me. Something really inflamed. As if, even though his face was straight, he was concealing some sort of inner smile at what was happening. Hyro, I think you're focusing your skepticism in the wrong direction. I said. Oh, that was a main character. Hyro, I think you're focusing your skepticism in the wrong direction. I said. Ravi's expression turned irritated, which all but confirmed it for me. Who's talking right here? I don't know if you want to be mad at the person that saved us the first time. I said, trying to make a point, but motioning to Evelyn. But as I looked at her, something felt wrong there too. I contained it. Or rather, the person who wanted to open the closet door. And then something even more obvious hit me. Wait, Robbie, you tried to kill me. And all of a sudden I was glaring at him, my temper rising by metric tons every second as if it was all starting to make sense. Oh, break time. Okay, hold on. I think break time is like literally like break time. Like I think she's about to get crazy. Evelyn and Hiro, all of it makes sense. Evelyn and Hiro joined me. Ravi looked incredible, incredulous, incredulous, incredulous. Bro, what word is that? I definitely don't know what word that is. Incredulous. Come on, word. Incredulous definition. A person or their manner unwilling or unable to believe something. So he was in unbelief. I already admitted that I fucked up with that door. I confessed that to you. Why are you trying to make things worse? I was just trying to calm them down. And noticing us approach him, he backed towards the kitchen cabinets. He pointed at me. You were on your phone when this first happened, he said, as if he were having his own revelation. You were waiting for it to start. That's an insane fucking misdirect, I said. Positive that I couldn't trust him, but as my eyes turned to Evelyn and Hiro, I realized I couldn't trust him either. Couldn't trust anyone. Still, Ravi obviously needed to be the first one to go, the first to be disposed of. He grabbed a knife from the cupboard and held it out at us. The small and only the smallest thought in the back of my mind was telling me that we were being toyed with, that it was so incredibly obvious that whatever this was, it had a handle on us. But unfortunately, that understanding was academic for me at best, as I kept finding string after string of thoughts and emotions connecting everything, adding up to logic, sound. My emotions inflamed. Break time, Evelyn said. It's breaking us. Exactly. See, I already caught on to it, Evelyn. Of course, she would know that though, if she were in on it. This one, this guy. We all looked at her. I watched for a sudden movements from any of these traitors, these bastards. Even a millimeter shift wouldn't get past me. It's overriding us. Or it's overriding us. It's flooding us with anger that isn't ours. And real as it feels. She faced her phone at us, beckoning us to read it clearly. Break time. We can't fall to it. Guys, we can't. We can't. It doesn't say that. I was just adding it. And the small grounded part of me took over. Even though I was sure with everything in my soul that she, Robbie, and Hyrule were the source of everything that was happening, Robbie's grip on the knife tightened as he and the rest of us remained in the bizarre equilibrium of our four-way standoff. It's all of you, I thought to myself before I felt a lightness overtake me, like an insatiable hunger fading, or extreme fear dissipating when you realize that noise in the other room wasn't a person, but rather something knocking over. My feelings of unrest and paranoia were gone. My phone screen, once again, returned to its default background. It was hard to describe how I felt now. Lucidity, shame. I looked at Ravi sadly. His head hung low as he put the knife back in its place. Hyrule turned to Evelyn first. I'm sorry, he said, then to Ravi. Sorry. Sorry, guys. Ravi. I'm sorry. Me. You're welcome, assholes. Evelyn. And we deserve that. That was fucking insane, Ravi said. Like a fucked up roller coaster ride, said Evelyn. I didn't that That totally wasn't me, Hiro said. Like something was in me and it was. It's okay, man. I was getting tired of saying it. Certainly, I, out of everyone, didn't deserve to impart forgiveness anyway after where my own head was at only 30 seconds ago. We need to, like, write something down. Like, we are susceptible, susceptible. Don't forget, Robbie started Robbie. I know I read that wrong, but I gotta look that word up. Uh, uh definition. Likely or liable to be influenced, harmed, or bribed by activity. Okay, bet. We just need to remember to keep our heads on. I don't have to remember, but I think the fear that again would pop up on our phones drove him to start rummaging for some paper, start scribbling some words on it, while the rest of us tried to soak in the reprieve of nothing happening. Every half second a luxury. I wanted to say sorry another 20 or so times, something I was sure wasn't a feeling unique to me. I feel like I'm losing myself, I said, it feeling like it was a dream. I was in a dream at this point. Yeah, Ravi said Ravi. Yeah. We're, Hiro said, looking at us carefully. Probably gonna die. Should we, like, say our words, I guess? Don't talk like that, said Evelyn. How many people do you know think how many people do you think are dead? Hiro asked. I went to TV temporarily free yet again from one or two words mandates. Turned it on, toggled through the home page until I found a live stream of a soccer game. One fixed camera angle, everyone in the stadium torn apart. Players in the field within frame eviscerated. Eviscerated. I'm just gonna guess that that's. But we gotta look it up. I'm sorry, gang. I know I'm tired. Like I'm evi. I gotta find it again. Eviscerated. Disemboweled. Oh dang, that's crazy. Okay. The definition of eviscerate is to disembowel. That's crazy. I returned to the homepage, navigating in an attempt to find a different live program. I clicked on what appeared to be a news channel I hadn't heard of before. The side of an empty desk appeared. Wires leading under the desk made me think that perhaps the anchor was hiding under it. We are trying to report, he said. Knowing that the signal is going to cut out, I've survived so far, survived whatever exactly this might be, but the carnage from footage I've seen is extensive. I strongly recommend. Broadcast was interrupted by a new word. Seek, again, in its classical lettering. And the screen cracked, then shattered with a loud pop, sending bits of glass onto the floor. As did the screen on my phone I'd placed on the coffee table. As the as did the screen on my phone that I'd placed on the coffee table, as did the phones in Evelyn and Hiro's hands too, randomly dropped on the phone by the pair. A weak bounce before settling. I panicked. Seek, I said desperately, trying to jolt my brain to the task. Maybe something out of place? Evelyn said. What if we have to find what's killing everyone? Or what if we have to find what's killing everyone? Said Hiro. I don't. I started, but I couldn't even muster up a close to a sentence. I ran to the balcony outside to see if there was something obvious to look for in the sky in the city. What I spotted on the neighboring high rises was bloodstained curtains, unrecognizable bodies where blinds were lifted, and as my eyes darted from spot to spot, a lead, a small TV in one of the apartments. The screen looked unbroken, a word on it. I couldn't make it out. 5 letters. 5 letters was the best I could do. It's the screens, I said. We need to find a screen that still works. I ran back to the living room. Does anyone have binoculars? They all looked at me. Why the fuck would anyone have binoculars? There's a screen, I think, in one of the other apartment buildings that's working. There's a word, but I can't see it. We need to find another one. I don't know. I ran to Ravi's office. Computer screen, broken. Fuck. Grabbed his laptop, shattered. Nope. I nervously tapped my chest with the fingertips of both my hands while the rest desperately searched for something valuable too. Uh, did I have to run to the did I have to run to the apartment? Would there even be enough time? How would I even get in? And then, like a bolt of blue, hit me. Robbie, where's your phone? His voice was a little confused. I don't know, man. I lose it all the time. Find it. You really think that's it? We're looking for a functioning screen. It's the only one we haven't ruled out yet. I turned to Hyro next. Check out the other apartments on this floor. See if any of the doors are unlocked, and if they are, go inside. Check everything. Phones, laptops, TVs, doesn't matter. See if there's a message intact on any of them. On it, said Hyro. Rushing to the door, opening it, freaking out at the body in front of it, nearly tripping them, then composing himself and rushing into the hallway as the door closed behind him. We tore apart Robbie's apartment next. Couch cushions. Where do you usually lose it? I asked. My head peeked under the bed, peeked into the counters, alongside Evelyn desperately. I don't know, man, he answered. It's stupid, but sometimes I literally just chuck it across the room. Helpful. Supremely helpful. In the bathroom, I looked in the medicine cabinet. Then back to his room, to his closet, checking the pockets of all his pants. I started to feel the inevitable looming. This was the one that was going to kill us, wasn't it? Love you guys, I heard Evelyn say almost under her breath, like she could feel it too. No tangible ticker counting down, but a feeling in my chest, a train closing in, with us tied to the tracks. Sorry, I was fixing my body. Ravi running to the TV stand, looking behind and under books. Ravi running to the TV stand, looking behind, then under books, under shelves, and I was back in the living room again. Sure, there was nothing left, my eyes lowering to the painful game we'd started our deadly evening with. Monopoly. Specifically to the messy pile of 50s, 20s, and 10s on Ravi's side of the board. I knew his etiquette for swapping some of them out for hundreds was quite poor. The cash stacked high, which made sense. He was crushing the game, and yet I crouched, an even more aggressive sweep of the spot that we started our desperate search at, to discover his preserved Samsung Galaxy A35 underneath the fake money, with a new word to greet me: smile. And it really did feel like time was up. Like, and it really did feel like time was up this time. I finally have to smile. I screamed like a goddamn auctioneer. Evelyn turned from her spot on the cushion. What? I ripped the phone from the ground and held it up, message to her. Smile! She mirrored my uncomfortable expression, all teeth, faint happiness, as did Ravi, as he bolted out of the room before even seeing the message on the phone or my intense eyes. Hyro threw open the door. I couldn't find anything. I'm sorry, he screamed. He saw our wide, smiling faces, and our screaming, and our eyes. Oh my goodness, hold on, sorry guys. I couldn't find anything. I'm sorry, he screamed. He saw our wide, smiling faces and our eyes screaming at him to get the hint as I tried to mouth the word while keeping my pose. but instead it sounded like so so. And yet, despite the confusing sight, with the luckiest stroke in the world, he copied and showed me those pearly whites. I retained my beaming smile, feeling a tear of fear travel down my cheek. My eyes glued to Robbie's phone in my hand, hoping and praying that we wouldn't get torn apart. And the word disappeared. I showed the proof, and by one our cheery expressions dropped to our default nervous frowns, resting, scowl face restored. A collective exhale. I can't fucking do this. I know. Or, said Robbie. I know, said Evelyn. And unlike some of the gaps we'd been afforded in the past, I already spotted a new message on the single remaining functional phone left in my right hand. Point to surface. I couldn't feel the group's eyes on me. I couldn't hide the misery. What? Robbie asked. Point to surface, I said, barely legible. AJ? AJ? Evelyn asked. I tilted the phone so they would read it. I couldn't say the words any louder. My body wouldn't let me. Underneath the words, a timer had been running. One that was already down to 145, 144, 143 by the time I flashed them the phone, and yet still all of us needed more seconds to let it settle. I felt defeated, truly this time. All right, Ravi, said Ravi. I need some water. Voice crack was crazy. We're almost done. Got power through, power through. All right, said Ravi, cutting through the holding pattern. So what? We talk it through with the time we have left. Maybe we all agree on someone to point at. I mean, hey, fuck. What I have to live for? Pyro next. My family, mom, dad, siblings. I wasn't even thinking about them this whole time. They're all probably dead. Yeah, I interrupted, his words hitting me immediately and curbing any remaining social etiquette I had left. Everyone I had ever known was likely gone. I, uh, wow. Evelyn smiled at us softly. I just have you guys now, she said. So, yeah, fuck this. Wow, that was disrespectful shit. She said immediately, pointing to herself, almost causing me to die right there in fear. She'd been torn apart immediately, but the counter was still. Oh shit, what? Hold on. Evelyn smiled at us softly. I just have you guys now, she said. So, yeah, fuck this, she said, immediately pointing to herself, almost causing me to die right there in fear she'd be torn apart immediately. Oh, okay. But the counter was still ticking down. I flipped the board on this bullshit, she said, without wavering. 112, 111, 110. Harold pointed to himself. Fuck it. Yeah. You know what? I flipped the board too, he said. I looked at him almost nervously, exasperated. Really? After all that, guys? 107, 106, 105. If there if there is, Robbie said, unlikely, but what the fuck? Maybe we dodged that bullet. He curled his index finger back towards himself. Flip the fucking board. I just looked at them. It was strange to feel a deluge of selfish thoughts flood into me all at once. 40, 39, 38. All right, I said, copying my peers. Let's do it. I pointed at myself too, like we were all playing Simon Says or something. 33, 32, 31. I took an appreciative look at my old friends, the longest standing friends I'd ever had in my stupid life. And then at the Monopoly board we were playing on. It really was quite an awful game. I wasn't sure why we'd always subject ourselves to it. 27, 26. I saw the pile of money on Free parking. 23, 22. The only way to make it fun to play with bullshit rules, house rules. 20, 19. Wait, I said. Follow me. I sprinted to the door. I opened it. I held it open for the rest. 15, 14, 13. I pointed at Robbie's dead neighbor in the hallway. In front of the door, Monica. We don't know what we're dealing with until she died. Her sacrifice gave us a chance. I said, almost looking up as if I was speaking to whoever was enacting this terror on us. I was aware it was a reach. 9, 8. And we've probably lost a lot of humanity since then. So, sorry, I said, pointing at her. And thank you. 6, 5. And my best friend's pointed too. A real morbid way to close things out. With a clash of sorry and thank you. Escaping them as what would likely be their last words. I had really interrupted what was quite a nice moment inside for this strangeness. 2, 1. House rules, I said, and then I prepared myself for it. Pain. Then annihilation. But nothing came. Instead, Robbie's phone in my hand just read, "Good game." Before defaulting to Robbie's homepage, picture of Borzoi. I don't know what that is. Borzoi. He didn't even own one. He just obsessed with that breed of dog. Oh, it's a dog. We stood there for 10 minutes. It felt before we finally ventured inside. We stood there for 10 minutes, it felt, before we finally ventured inside. A single file, like a group of pilot zombies. I wasn't sure what to make of what had happened, what to do, who to check on, what the state of the world, or the state of the world, what was going on around me. I sat back down at the Monopoly board, the others in an almost Manchurian candidate sort of way took their spots too. I think it was my turn, I said slowly. I grabbed the dice. I rolled. It was a 10. I tapped my top hat icon on Reach Square until I landed on Shortline Road. Do you want to buy it? Someone asked me. I thought about it for too long. Finally? Sure. Hell yeah, dude. I think that was a really good story. I know I probably fucked that up or messed that up a lot or a little bit because I'm tired and my bad. If you want me to redo it, I will. But I really, really, really enjoyed that story. That was such a good story. Um, I was literally like on the edge of my seat. I know I said I wouldn't be like close to the mic, and I really tried not to, but I was really on the edge of my seat with it. Like I was like leaning over at my phone, like reading, like, oh my god, what's gonna happen? And this episode got really long too, so you guys are in for a treat. But thank you. Have a great day, great night. Whenever you're listening to this, sleep good because yeah. All right, deuces, and make sure you share this with your friends. Thank you again. Who wrote that? Hold on one more time. Thank you again. Rolled away, Tweety. Um, great story. 10 out of 10. Uh, looking forward to more of your work, and yeah, you guys have a great night. Great day. Let's become the number one podcast and let's get to it. All right. See you guys.